to make any changes in company, uh, that is too soon, for us to tell the organization, because we are freshers. It's not right for us to tell there should be changes in the organization. So never say that in an interview. So that's something which anyone else can give also. I'll give 100% effort. Anyone else can say that as well. See, this is not regarding you. This is regarding It is regarding you, of course, but it's not about your skills or anything. The third part of the answer, yes. Yeah, that was. See, you can show them up about your previous works like projects. So that was the answer that we discussed earlier. You can go in that aspect as well. Here, the third part of the answer is to request them for the opportunity. Simple as that. So when someone is asking you why should they hire you, you give them the initially we discussed, right, like a couple of days back we discussed about how to answer this. We discussed where you give your positives, followed up with your experience in terms of how you utilized your positives, and then achieved something. That is a part of an answer. That may be an answer. Another answer which we are discussing today is having three parts to it, which you should remember. You should use all the three parts if you are answering this way. The first part is accepting, agreeing that you are not special, right? But then don't use the same words. You can come up with your own words, which comes from your heart. And then they will accept what you're saying. If you're just you're cosmetically giving an answer, it won't work. So you claim that you accept, you agree that you're no different. You're not a special candidate. That is first part. The second part is claiming that you are eager and hungry to learn. That's the second part of it. The third part is asking them for an opportunity to prove yourself, that they won't regret hiring you. So this is the third part. So once you put it across in your own words, believing in the answer, then it works, right? So what are you trying to communicate here? You're trying to be practical. You're trying to be understanding in terms of what they are going through. You are telling them that yes, I understand that I'm not a rocket scientist. I'm just another fresher. Another graduate coming out of college right now. So you may see many candidates like me, even thousands of candidates over the period of your campus hiring. But then I assure you, I'm absolutely eager to learn. I'm willing to put all my efforts to learn and grow and contribute towards the organization. And at the end, please give me an opportunity so that I can prove whatever I'm saying is right. I won't let you down. This is going to be your answer, and you'll have to utilize your own words to proceed with it. Any questions? Yeah. Anybody who's saying sorry, Praveen, you're wrong, we can discuss. I'm open to discuss. Also, if there is any other suggestions, let's discuss that. Guys, what should you do if you are blank and don't have appropriate answers? Um, Anilesh, you are asking what should we do if we are blank and or don't have appropriate answers. To which question you mean, or in general? Okay. If see my idea in terms of going blank will not happen for you. Don't worry about it. The reason is it is not a technical interview that you're talking about. If you are asked a technical question in a technical interview, then if you don't know the answer, then you better accept that you don't know, right? In a technical interview, when it comes to HR round of interview, I don't see why you would go blank, except for the fact that you become nervous, right? And then you just freeze. That can happen. And the second option is you don't have appropriate answers. I just don't understand how that can happen. The reason is in HR round of interviews, it's going to be very, very generic. There is nothing specific that might be asked and you may not know about it. So I don't see that happening. But let's say um, you have no idea how to answer. Let's say, why should we hire you? Now that we have discussed it, you have an answer. What if similar such questions are asked and there is no answer that you can think of? Uh, you first give a couple of seconds for you to understand the question in itself and then try to come up with an answer. Because in a HR interview, there is no way you can say you don't know. There is no point of saying you don't know because they are asking everything in general. There's nothing specific about it. They are asking about your behavior. They are trying to understand what kind of attitude you possess, right? What kind of soft skills that you possess. That's the idea that they are trying to pull from the HR round of interview. Are you money minded? Are you behind money? Are you going to quit the organization immediately? Do you have any other plans? So these are the ideas that they're going to try and take from you. So I don't see that happening, Anilesh. Going blank, except for the nervousness part. If you are nervous and then going blank, you freeze, then that's the reason I'm here. That's the reason we are doing these sessions. Unless otherwise you practice, unless otherwise you try and talk to yourself, prepare yourself, then it's going to be really, really difficult. Trust me on this. Talking to yourself in front of the mirror uh, definitely helps you in terms of losing the nervous energy. Trust me on that. And I guess we did, Anilesh. Maybe I have not done this session in your class, but then there are many, many, many techniques to uh, throw away the nervous energy from your system. Right? There are many techniques. If you want, I can help you out with that in a separate session. But then through online, it's going to be a little difficult. But then there are millions and millions of such techniques that you can use to throw away the nervous energy from you. So if you can use one or two techniques during the interviews or when you're waiting for an interview, then going blank will not happen. Particularly in HR round of interview, there is nothing to go blank about in terms of not knowing an answer. Maybe how to answer is something which you may not know, but then that comes over a period of time. You need to keep learning, keep understanding why this question is asked. So preparation is the key. So start now. If you don't prepare, there is a high possibility that nervous energy will creep in, and there is a possibility that you don't know how to answer certain questions that are thrown at you during a HR round of interview. So that's why we are doing these sessions. I really hope that you do practice a little bit. There are like around 15, 20 questions that you might come across. So each and every question has a meaning to it. Understand those meanings, and then try and come up with an answer along the lines of what we are discussing, but not exactly repetitive of the same words that we are using here. Come up with the own answer. It is going to help you. I hope this practice helps you. Otherwise, see, anything new that we do is bound to come up with a lot of blockage within us, from external factors. So unless otherwise we start practicing, I don't see, I don't see any, easy way out. I really expect you guys to start practicing. That's the only way out that I feel to avoid, particularly in HR round of interview. Technical stuff, as I mentioned earlier, you have to come up with one or two strong areas, very very strong areas, that when you they will ask you, the technical interview, they're going to ask you, hey, what's your strong area? Where are you strong? Which technical aspect that you're strong? Then you're going to tell them some kind of an answer, right? They're going to ask exactly the questions from the claim that you made. Let's say you are mentioning a particular skill set that you are very very strong in terms of technical, right? Technical skills, and they're going to ask you questions from that mostly. And if you can answer all these questions, then you don't have to worry about it. But that's where the problem is. Claiming that you're strong, but still you can't answer, that is a problem. But when they ask, and if you can tell them that, sorry, I don't know, but I can learn. Like, give me 10 minutes, I can learn and come back to you. Something like that. That is the answer that you can give. But then freezing, going blank doesn't happen if you start preparing from now. I hope I answered you, Anilesh. Okay. Any other questions, please? What are your salary requirements? Right. This is a very, very tricky question, right? So please don't fall for it. Whenever I am asked this question, right? What I do, first thing is, before going to the interview, I will have a little bit of idea what their budget is, what they are planning to, close it on. Okay, I'm talking about an experienced person's interview. So there is a little bit of research. I call up some references. I understand the company's pay structure. These are the things I tend to understand before going into an interview. But then when it comes to campus hiring, or for a fresher for that matter, there is no negotiation that can happen. Mostly 95% to 99% negotiations cannot happen in terms of salary. So I don't think there is any problem for you to answer that you are looking to learn, and you're looking to enter the industry. Look at what the industry pays and something like that. You don't fall for a number. Don't give them a number. That is absolutely a strict no. You can't say this is the salary that I expect, right? Just can be honest about it and say that, sorry, I don't understand. I don't know how much the industry pays. So I believe it will be up to the industry standard, and I will be happy to start my career in your organization. So that's how you project. You will talk about the organization and how important it is for you to enter into a great organization like theirs. That will be the answer towards which you will travel. Never give them a number. Don't tell them this is a number, this is a salary that I expect. Or don't tell them that my cousin or my senior joined your organization last year and they got this. Again, no numbers at any point of time. But but trust me, you can be, if you think you have to mention a number, it is going to be really really tricky. If you think, இல்ல இல்ல எனக்கு வந்து இந்த சம்பளம் வந்தாதான் நான் வேலைக்கு போவேன் அப்படின்ற ஒரு thought process, if you are stuck with it, right, you can tell them. But I'm not giving you any kind of assurance that they're going to look at it in your way. They might, 95% they will look at it, okay, this person is behind money, this person is very rigid about monetary benefits, so it could go against you. So ensure you give an answer where I'm sure you're going to pay me well. So I'm more interested in getting into the organization, getting into this industry, and then start learning. But I'm sure I'll be paid handsomely, and I'll be happy to join your organization uh, up to the industry standards is what you can say. If they're forcing you to reveal what your salary expectation is, that again is a trick question, Diana. Don't go for it. Don't fall for it. Don't give them a number. Never give them a number. Right? There is two things here. One, what if you give a lesser number than what they are planning to give? Right? So that is right. So that's the idea about it. Don't go for a number, no matter how hard they push you. Tell them that you know that there is a decent salary that you will be paid, right? At the same time, you're starting a career and you're more interested in learning than looking at the salary. Salary is important, yes. You tell them that salary is important too, but then you're more inclined towards learning, towards understanding how a corporate works, and moving forward in that, rather than looking at the specifics of the salary right now. That's how you'll answer. According to your knowledge, how the technical interview visa, will it be too tough or moderate, sir? Expect it to be tough. Okay, Kalyan, I'll come back to you. Rakesh is saying, sir, can we say I don't bother about the salary? Don't say that. No, you are working for salary. No matter where you are, no matter how good you are in terms of financial background, you are working for a salary. So don't say that. You just tell them, um, you're not, you know for a fact that you'll be paid decent, paid a decent salary, but then you're more concerned about learning, your career and all. So entering into the industry, entering into a particular organization, that is your concern, not the exact salary. So don't go for the number, and don't say I don't bother about salary. That is, they know it is a lie, right? So don't go for it. Okay, coming back to Kalyan, according to your knowledge, how the technical interview visa, will it be too tough or moderate? What do you think? Imagine a scenario. What is tough and what is moderate and what is easy, right? How well you prepared. Technical interview, you don't have a choice but to be prepared for it, right? So how well you prepare for it matters. If you're really, really good in terms of preparation, then it is the toughest interview will be easiest for you. If I don't prepare, the easiest of the interviews will look tough for me. So it is all perception there. But then, yeah, to without beating around the bush, to answer your question, it is going to be tough. Moderate is not an option for the HR or the technical guys. They will test you to the fullest. It's going to be really hard. So you better prepare for it. Don't expect the least. Expect the worst possible scenario. Prepare towards the worst. And if it is easy, good. It's actually good that it's easy. But then unless you prepare, everything is going to be really tough. You better prepare. Okay. Any other questions, please? Any other questions? What do you want this job? How do you handle stress and pressure? Right. What do you want this job? You tell me. Go ahead. What do you want this job? You want to start a career. You did this course, right? Uh, Engineering in ECE for 4 years. Why did you do it? To build a career. That's your answer. But then explain that, right? So you wanna be a um, uh, specialist in something. So it's what you want to be. You should know to build my career and to have happy future. Yes, but then be little more specific, right? Why do you want this job, right? Guys, listen something. This is an answer which is within you, right? It's absolutely in you. You can't look for an answer outside here. Because why do you want this job? What do you want to do with your life? If you don't know that, then it is a problem. If you don't know why you want a job, then it is a problem. Why do you want a job? There are two approaches you can take. One is whatever we discussed earlier. You want to build a career, you want to learn, you want to be somewhere in 5 years. So this could be one approach. The other thing could be, எங்க வீட்ல கஷ்டங்க, I'll have to start earning and I'll have to give my family, right? Trust me, the first answer works. The second answer almost never works. Don't expect pity. Don't expect family situations to be part of your interview. Then, when you tell them that life depends on this opportunity, then which means you are looking for salary, more salary, because you'll have to run a family. Okay, when you are looking for running a family, then everybody in the world knows that always there is another company which can pay you more, and always you are on the lookout to for another job with a better salary. So they're not going to take that answer at all. Don't give them that answer. Give them that you want to build a career. You spent 4 years learning electronics and communications, so you want to spend the next 10 years in this particular brand stream of electronics and communication. You can mention something you want to, but then that can't contradict whatever the job is, right? So you'll have to mention your career, you'll have to mention your learning, you'll have to mention what you want to be in the next 5 years, 10 years down the line, your long term plan, your short term plan. These are the things that you need to mention, but less on the salary part, less on the monetary part. That's how you will answer. Why do you want this job? How do you handle stress and pressure? Right? Um, for this, it is again a tricky question. You can say that I meditate, I listen to music and stuff, but then these are not the answers. These are maybe a little bit of an answer here, but then how do you handle stress and pressure? Right? For me, if you ask me, if someone is asking me this question in in an interview, my answer would be related to how well I will utilize my time. Uh, I won't procrastinate. Procrastinate na என்னன்னு கூகுள் பண்ணி பாருங்க if you don't understand the meaning. Laziness மாதிரி வரும். Pushing the work for a later date. That is procrastination without any reason. Just சரி ஓகே அப்புறம் பார்த்துக்கலாம் அப்புறம் டைம் இருக்குல்ல. That is what is called procrastination. You tell them that you won't do that. You'll try and organize your work. You'll try and finish the work, stick to the schedule, and that's how you don't put pressure on yourself. So this should be the answer. You never tell them that meditation and the விஷயம்லாம் போகாதீங்க. Stick to the work. I'll organize my work. I'll stick to the plan. I'll finish the work on time. I won't procrastinate. இதெல்லாம் தான் will be the answer for managing stress and pressure at work. How much do they actually ask about the resume you give? Um, it depends on how the interview starts, Arvind. For example, if the interview starts really well, then the questions may not be as aligned with the resume. If you start the interview badly, then they will look at the resume for questions. If the start is really good, then the questions will come up from the answers that you give. At the same time, when you lie, the questions will come up from the answers that you give. So ensure your start of the interview is absolutely good. You give everything there. You start preparing for the initial 2 3 minutes, and then the interviews will go really well. What are your weakness if they ask what should be your response? So that is a much bigger question. We'll discuss it tomorrow. Diana, remind me. We'll discuss it tomorrow in the tomorrow's class because we need at least 10 minutes, 15 minutes to discuss about that. So if we have offer letters before, we can say about that in the interview. Uh, no, don't do that. Then they'll not. But then again, I'm not sure about the institution policy, that is college policy. If you already got an offer, can you still attend another interview? I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. Oh, okay. Okay. See, yeah, I don't think we can attend. Last year also, I heard something like this. But again, see, that's up to the institution. But then when you are in an interview, concentrate on that interview. Why do you have to bring about your another offer? Why should you say that? The reason why you don't say that is, then what are you trying to tell this interviewer is, see, I already have an offer. Can you pay me better? Can you do a little better so that I can? No, which means you are negotiating, which are trying to negotiate. So that doesn't go well in an interview. Negotiations can happen once you are experienced. As a fresher, don't try to negotiate. Okay. Thanks for your time, guys. Let's meet tomorrow. I think we have a session today. Come up with others. How many others have not completed the or plan to complete it today? Anyone else left out in this 40 who are there? Abarna, have you done? Completed or today? Okay. Tomorrow. Okay. Fine. If there is anyone left, please form a team and then send me a message. It's not like I can't trace it. I can easily trace it, right? I have the data, entire data with me. Just I'm asking since we are in the class, if there is anyone who's not part of any group discussion yet, please form a team and then come up with a schedule. Write a message to me, please. Okay. Thank you, guys. See you tomorrow.